And just like that, I'm a YouTuber? What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the InkMarcs art blog, where I'm trying to use 52 weeks to start an art career. Boom! For this week's video, I'm about to jump into story time, but stick around to the end of the video if you want to participate in a little tip/challenge thing. Since recording the video on January 1, and I mean the actual time when I recorded the video, I've had some challenges.
Why won't you do what I want you to do?
Speed bumps, if you will. But I muscled through. I complained the entire time, but I made it through nonetheless. So the nutshell version is this, and let's get some time lapse going. I started editing my footage on New Year's Day at noon, thinking, oh, no problem, I'll be done in a couple of hours. Nope. I win the award for Most Naive 2020. In building the templates for future videos and dealing with the lack of functionality from free software, things took much longer than I thought. Murphy's Law, man. Sometimes, me and technology don't get along. I didn't upload vlog number 1 until like 9 o'clock at night, but I did upload it. And for anyone who's curious, these are the free/cheap resources I'm talking about when I made vlog number 1. I used iPhone 7 to film. I used iMovie on my MacBook to edit. I used a pile of books in a box with an easel on top for a tripod. And for lighting, I used the sun. I also spent $7 over on Fiverr.com for a quick animated logo sequence. I've owned Photoshop for years, so that came in handy for the thumbnail, but now I can't upgrade my iOS on my MacBook or the software won't work and I'll have to subscribe to the Adobe suite. So, why am I telling you stories of woe from my second ever vlog? I'll tell you! In addition to being awarded Mr. Naive 2020, I also hold the title of Captain Lazy, ruler of the known universe. I'm hoping that if I'm able to temper my rage and not jettison my laptop into the cosmos, that maybe any other creators watching this can get through their difficulties too. There you have it. Be inspired. I didn't give in to my first world problems. Yay me. So, if technology, fate, or the gods of creative freedom want to try to rain on your parade, just remember, you can always dance in the rain. Take the time, find the workaround, get it done. And do not let your motivation and momentum fizzle out. This might all sound kind of preachy, but I'm basically saying it to myself, so take it if you like it. Let's see, next, I've got lots of planning to do this year. I'm going to share with you guys a couple of lists that I'm using to get myself closer to my artistic goals. The first list is for marketing, so I'm just going to make some room on the screen. There we go. And the list is when I finish a video, where I'm going to be uploading all of the things that I make. For now, at least. I'm sure the list is going to get longer later on. But for now, as soon as I make a video, it's going to go up on YouTube. It's going to go up on Facebook, Instagram Story, and Facebook Story, which is basically the same thing, and Twitter. The most underutilized so far has been Twitter, so I'm really hoping that I can kind of pick up the slack on that. Why is Thumbsy's going crazy over here? The second list that I'm working on is for potential revenue streams, and I know I want a lot of them. One of the central themes that you'll see if you start looking at videos about how to make an artistic career is that everyone says you have to have multiple income streams. I think some of the ones that I particularly want to focus on are t-shirt design. I think my designs would be good as stickers. I'd like to sell original artwork, paintings. I want to start a Patreon. I'd like to eventually be making money off of this YouTube channel. If I finish a big project, I'd like to run a Kickstarter campaign. I'd love to go to more conventions and do school visits where I can sign and sell my books. And then there's a few more little websites that I've heard about that I think I can upload my artwork to and make a little side hustle there as well. So that's the list. For now. That list might get narrowed down or expanded as the year goes along, and I put them into practice. And lastly, if you are a creator and you're at that pivotal point where you're home, you have nothing to do, but there's something stopping you from getting work done, I want to challenge you. And I'm going to challenge you with a little theory that I'm trying to test out myself, and I would love to have input from other creators as well. What I'm proposing is that for whatever creative endeavor you want to do, whether it's music, film, art, underwater basket weaving, whatever it is, that you just find one piece of the puzzle that you would use to start that project. And I'm talking something small, something that's not going to be discouraging, and something that's not going to be overwhelming. So instead of thinking of the entire thing that you're going to do, you're just thinking of the one little piece of the puzzle. So for example, for me, I like to paint. And if I were going to do a big painting, maybe I would get discouraged by starting a big whole painting right now when, my bed seems so comfy and Netflix has such a big selection of TV shows that I can watch. But instead of drifting down the road to being unproductive, I pick up one piece, which would be, say, some watercolors. My hope is that by picking up those watercolors, that's going to give me enough momentum to make me want to do step number 2, to pick out, some paper, and so on and so forth, until the next thing you know, you're painting, or you're writing that song, or you're filming, or you're trying out that recipe, or you're making your underwater basket, whatever you want to do. Try it. Let me know how it goes. It's worked for me in the past, and I want to see if it works for you guys too. That about wraps it up for this week's video, but I want to say thank you again so much for watching. If you really enjoyed it, click the like button. If you want to see more of it, click the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time I upload a video, click the little bell icon and it'll say, hey, he made another one. Check it out. It's fun. Yeah. I'm not that creepy voice though. A regular voice. A regular computer voice. Thanks for watching. I'm going to share with you guys 2 lists that I've come up with so far that are going to help me get 1 inch closer. 1 inch. Like one scientific, that's the scientific terminology for units of measure when it comes to getting close to an artistic career. For my second ever podcast. This isn't a podcast. This is a vlog.